So I don't know what kind of frame of mind I'm going to be in tomorrow. So I wanted to film this tonight while I'm in the moment so I can explain this very bewildering thing I'm going to be giving your son. As a Christian to pagan convert, there was a period of time where I was without proper anything. Um, I went through like kindergarten and first grade as a church kid. And then I went through elementary to middle school, finding out that my mom is a witch and always has been, and we were just trying to be kind to my grandfather by not bringing stuff like that up. And she spent a good 10 years effectively re-educating mine and my brother's understanding on how things actually work versus how the Christian church perceives everything. And with that said, I still hold on to a lot of Christian values. But as a pagan and as a realist, I also hold on to a lot of other worldly values. One of them is a sense beyond sense. That's not the words. A sense beyond sentimentality. Objects carry memories, and memories carry time. And in those moments that are carried by said objects are pieces of people. That's that person in that stage in their life. Well, in 2011, that was the closest thing I've had to a coming of age ritual. I went from being a Boy Scout to being an Eagle Scout, so to speak. I was not completely finished with certain logistical features, but that was the year that I had transitioned in the eyes of my troop. And that was my last family campout as a Boy Scout. I was at the rank of Life Scout, and I was finishing up a lot of work, and all I had to do at that point was handle some paperwork and finish my project. But for me, that was the transition in the eyes of both my fellow troop members, which at the time was my pack. And if you look at the way Cub Scouts work, they're a pack. They use Jungle Book as an allegory, but they're very much a family. And those were the days I became a new person. Not just symbolically, but a lot happened that weekend that changed in me. I changed my understanding of people, and I went from being this cynical teenager to having a little bit more of an open heart about things. Now, did I regress over a couple of years? Yeah. But I've had a bit of a reawakening where I got back in touch with that. And it's something I've always held on to. Much like when we go to Phoenix Fire and any other festival, and we take a little bit of that fire with us. I took the fire of my last family campout with me, and we had a flag retirement ceremony. And we, put to rest flags that had served their duty and did their time. And then we put up new ones for the camp. We were at the Riverside Rendezvous Retreat just outside of WP Franklin Lock. You've probably camped there once or twice, maybe. I'm not sure. But with that said, in these ashes is a grommet from one of those flags. This is, for me, this is the day I became a man. Not necessarily in a masculine sense, but this was the day that I became an adult, and one of the things about becoming an adult that I realized the most was the fact that the child inside you is reborn to this world. That you don't lose the wonder of being a child when you become an adult. In fact, there's new things you get to experience, and I think that's something a lot of people forget. And I don't ever want somebody as wonderful as your son to forget that, because he has that wonder in his eyes. He looks at everything with this sense of discovery, and I think that is a very, very awesome thing that you have done as a parent. And when I have children one day, that's something I want to instill upon them, is to never lose that sense of wonder. So I took something from my memory and I put it in another box. So with what I may or may not bring as a gift for Connor, I'm also bringing a gift for him to personally keep after his ceremony is over, and until then it sits on his altar. But it is a piece of that fire from that night. Because while these are just ashes and coals, inside that fire is still burning. And that fire burns for every boy who becomes a man. This is for your son. And I wanted to record this video while I'm in my right mind, so that I can convey to you the importance of this, because I don't want it to be mistaken as some last minute bespoke gift. I know how some things can be passed off like that, but this is something that it's small, but it's very heavy. Because one of the easiest things to forget when becoming an adult is how to keep the wonder of being a kid. I believe that's it. And if you survive to the end of this video, bless you. I love you, man. And I can't wait for tomorrow.